Hi there, my name is Erin Kelsey and I'm here with Adam Strauss, and we're from Peak & Hardy Strauss Wealth Management. We have just published our latest quarterly letter on our website, and Adam has very kindly agreed to give us a little preview of what's in that letter today. The sort of broad topic that we cover in this letter is whether the current inflation we're seeing is transitory, as the Federal Reserve has been saying, or if it's something that might be a little bit longer lasting. So Adam, you actually start this letter by talking about inflation in 2011. Can you talk a little bit about why you did that?
Yeah, well, 2011 was the last time before this year that inflation really rose considerably higher than 2%. It peaked in 2011 at 3.9%, and at the time, oil was trading at $110 a barrel. Food prices were spiking. That was the time when the Arab Spring occurred, which probably was related to spiking food prices. So inflation was a big concern for everybody. And the chairman of the Federal Reserve at the time, Ben Bernanke, said, "Don't worry about it. Inflation is transitory." And he turned out to be exactly right. Mm-hmm. Between 2012 and 2016, inflation came back down and basically fluctuated between a very low range of 0% and 2% inflation during that period of time.
So moving to today, do you think the inflation that we're seeing now is going to be transitory or not?
So in the quarterly letter, we made the argument that for this year, we probably are at a peak. In May 2021, the CPI, the year-over-year increase in the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, was all the way at 4.9%, which is very high. So we think that that's probably going to be at or near the high of where we are this year. But we also think that inflation is going to be surprisingly persistent. Our best guess is that it'll stay about 4% for the remainder of this year, and over the next 5 years, stay over 3% on average. And we laid out, a number of reasons why we think inflation is, unlike what happened in 2011, that inflation is likely to be more persistent. The primary reason is the likelihood of enormous continued fiscal stimulus coming from Congress, financed by purchases of Treasury bonds by the Federal Reserve. So in effect, you have money printing in order to fund an expansion of government spending. And so we think that that is going to continue to drive inflation as it has so far this year. But, there's other factors as well. In 2011, everything was becoming more global. Right now, it feels like everything is becoming less global, where supply chains are being brought back to the United States. Mm-hmm. Tariffs are being enacted in order to protect domestic producers. So all of those factors should contribute to more inflationary pressure. There's a shortage in the labor supply. That should contribute to wage increases, which in turn should contribute to inflation. And there's several other factors that we talked about as well. So we think that there are good reasons why inflation is likely to stay elevated for a while.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you, Adam. This is I think, really interesting and important topic. So I would encourage everyone to read the full quarterly letter, which talks in much more detail about everything Adam has just mentioned. You can find the quarterly letter on our website, which is www.peakandhardy.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.